Have you ever felt tired in a way that goes beyond the physical? A kind of exhaustion that doesn't fade with sleep, rest, or even days off? You go through the motions of daily life, but something feels off. It's like your soul is carrying a weight you can't explain. If this sounds familiar, it's no coincidence. What if I told you that this fatigue you're feeling could actually be a sign of something profound happening deep inside you? Something spiritual. As you awaken to higher truths and a deeper sense of self, your entire being undergoes a transformation. This isn't just about needing more sleep or a weekend getaway. This is your body, mind, and spirit shifting, recalibrating to a higher frequency. And yes, the process can be exhausting. But here's the twist. This kind of fatigue isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of growth. It's a sign that you're stepping into a new version of yourself. There are 5 distinct types of fatigue that show you're spiritually waking up, each one revealing a deeper layer of the transformation you're undergoing. And by the end of this, you might just find that what you thought was draining you is actually propelling you forward into something more powerful. Curious to find out what these fatigues mean? Let's dive in. 1. Spiritual fatigue. Spiritual fatigue is a type of exhaustion that arises from the profound transformation your soul undergoes as it evolves into a higher state of being. It is more than just physical or emotional tiredness. It is a deep, soul-level weariness that reflects the intense shifts happening within. This fatigue occurs when you are moving through a powerful spiritual awakening, and you find yourself struggling to integrate the old aspects of your being with the new energies and truths you are becoming attuned to. At the heart of spiritual fatigue is the feeling that you are carrying the weight of your soul's history, its past lives, experiences, and the emotional burdens that have accumulated over time. This heavy load can feel overwhelming, especially when it seems like you are trying to reconcile all the parts of yourself, both past and present, into one cohesive whole. As you shed old spiritual identities and outdated beliefs, it can be like peeling away layers of yourself that no longer serve your highest purpose, and in the process, you may feel disoriented, confused, or lost. The journey of spiritual growth is not always a peaceful one. It's not just about stepping into a new, brighter version of yourself. It's about navigating through the painful process of letting go of old habits, identities, and ways of thinking. This deep sense of loss or confusion is a natural part of the spiritual journey, as you transition from the person you were to the person you are becoming. It's a shedding of the old self to make room for the new, and this transformation often comes with a period of intense fatigue and exhaustion. You might feel like you're caught in the middle of 2 worlds, stuck between who you were and who you're becoming. This is a challenging place to be, as you attempt to adapt to new energies, higher frequencies, and spiritual truths that are now becoming more apparent to you. The confusion and difficulty in adjusting to this new state of being can make you feel mentally and emotionally drained, like you are in a constant state of flux with no clear direction forward. Spiritual fatigue, however, is not a sign of weakness or failure. Rather, it is a reminder that you are undergoing a profound transformation at the deepest level. This exhaustion is a part of the process, and it calls for deep reflection, surrender, and the courage to embrace the changes that are unfolding within you. It's about accepting the discomfort and knowing that, just as the caterpillar must struggle to emerge as a butterfly, so too must your soul endure this challenging phase to ultimately emerge stronger and more aligned with your true purpose. In the end, this fatigue serves as a powerful sign that you are awakening, and that the heavy lifting of your soul's rebirth is happening in the background. 2. Creative fatigue. Creative fatigue is a deeply spiritual exhaustion that often arises when there is an overwhelming desire to create, but the energy needed to bring those visions to life feels unavailable. It's the kind of tiredness that goes beyond physical exhaustion and seeps into your mental and emotional state, leaving you feeling drained even when you haven't exerted much energy. The creative spirit inside of you is urging you to express deeper truths through art, writing, music, or any form of creative outlet. However, despite the powerful internal drive to create, you feel as though you cannot summon the necessary energy to make those ideas a reality. At its core, creative fatigue arises when your soul is desperate to express something profound, yet your physical body and emotional state are depleted, unable to keep up with the intensity of the urge. It can feel like a pressure building within you, as though you are holding something back that needs to be released. But when inspiration strikes, it often comes at the most inconvenient times, when you're exhausted, distracted, or unable to focus. This creates an internal conflict, where you feel motivated to create but lack the energy or resources to follow through. The resulting exhaustion can be mentally draining, leaving you feeling as though your creativity is a burden rather than a gift. The constant influx of new ideas, visions, and creative impulses can also be a contributing factor to this fatigue. Your mind may be buzzing with potential projects, stories, or artwork, but without the necessary time or space to bring those ideas into being, they begin to pile up. This accumulation of unexpressed creativity can lead to a block, a sense of creative paralysis, where you feel overwhelmed by the sheer number of ideas you have but unsure of how to start. The frustration of not being able to channel your creative energy into something tangible can leave you feeling drained and discouraged. What often lies beneath creative fatigue are unprocessed emotions and desires that are yearning for an outlet. These emotions may have been suppressed or ignored for too long, and the creative process becomes the vehicle for their release. If you don't have a clear outlet for these inner truths, the energy they carry can become stuck, causing both mental and spiritual exhaustion. The more you try to push through the fatigue, the more drained you feel, as if there is a constant internal struggle between wanting to create and not having the energy to do so. Creative fatigue, however, can be a sign of deep inner work. It often points to the need to process emotions and experiences that have not yet been expressed or released. It is an invitation to slow down, reflect, and allow the creative process to unfold naturally, rather than forcing it. By honoring this fatigue and giving yourself space to rest, you may find that the creative energy within you becomes renewed, allowing for a more authentic and fulfilling expression of your soul's deeper truths. 3. Energetic healing fatigue. Energetic healing fatigue is a unique form of exhaustion that often arises after engaging in energy work, chakra clearing, or other healing practices. Unlike physical tiredness that results from exertion, this fatigue is deeply rooted in the shifts that occur within your energetic body during healing processes. It's the kind of tiredness that lingers even when you're alone, resting, or not physically active, and it can feel like an internal recalibration that takes a toll on your mind, body, and spirit. As your body adjusts to new energy frequencies, it can sometimes feel like it's being stretched, realigned, or reset, leaving you emotionally and physically drained. When you engage in healing, whether it's through meditation, energy work, or spiritual practices, your energetic body goes through profound shifts. These shifts are necessary for growth, but they can also be overwhelming for your system. The body's energetic fields may need to clear blockages, release stored trauma, or recalibrate to a new frequency. This process, while ultimately transformative, can take energy, and the result is often fatigue. Just as physical exercise requires rest for recovery, the energetic body requires time to integrate the new frequencies it has absorbed, which can lead to deep tiredness that isn't always immediately understood. Healing, especially on emotional, spiritual, or physical levels, often involves the release of old wounds, traumas, and energies that have been stored within the body for years or even lifetimes. These stored energies can manifest as physical sensations, discomfort, or emotional upheaval, and as the body releases them, it can lead to an unexpected sense of depletion. The release of these energies might not always feel like a relief in the moment. Instead, it can leave you feeling spent or drained as the body processes and integrates the release. It's a reminder that healing isn't just about emotional or mental shifts, but about a complete, energetic transformation. Energetic healing fatigue can also arise when you are helping others heal. When you work with someone else's energy, whether through physical touch, emotional support, or spiritual guidance, you inevitably absorb some of their emotional, mental, or energetic states. If you're not properly protecting your own energy, this absorption can leave you feeling exhausted, as you carry their burdens for a time. You may feel their pain, their struggles, and their unresolved issues within your own energetic field, which can drain your own resources and leave you feeling like you've expended more than you have in physical energy. While energetic healing fatigue can be temporary, it is a reminder of the deep work you are undergoing. The process of clearing blockages and imbalances within your energy field is transformative, but it requires patience, care, and rest. Just like the physical body, your energetic body needs time to recover, integrate, and realign. The fatigue you feel is not a sign of weakness, but of profound healing in motion, allowing you to release what no longer serves you and make space for new, higher frequencies. Trust in the process, give yourself time to rest, and know that the fatigue you experience is part of the deeper transformation you are going through. 4. Cosmic fatigue. Cosmic fatigue is a profound sense of exhaustion that arises from becoming increasingly attuned to the vastness and mysteries of the universe. As you grow spiritually, you begin to feel the interconnectedness of all things, how every event, every being, and every moment is part of a larger, intricate cosmic plan. While this awareness is deeply transformative, it can also be overwhelming. You start to realize just how small and insignificant your individual existence may seem in the grand scope of the cosmos, yet at the same time, you feel an undeniable sense of connection to everything around you. This paradox can be both beautiful and exhausting, as your mind and heart try to reconcile the enormity of the universe with your place within it. The overwhelming realization that everything is interconnected can be mentally and emotionally draining. As you become more attuned to the energies of the universe, you may start contemplating existential questions about life, purpose, and your true essence. These questions are deep, often unsettling, and require you to reflect on your role in the cosmic tapestry. The vastness of the unknown can feel suffocating, as you grapple with the mysteries of existence and your small part within the infinite expanse. This contemplation can bring a deep sense of humility, but it can also leave you feeling mentally foggy, spiritually weary, and emotionally drained. Cosmic fatigue often intensifies during significant spiritual phenomena, such as eclipses, solar flares, or other celestial events. These events bring about energetic shifts that trigger personal growth, transformation, and healing. While they can be catalysts for profound change, they also stir up a lot of energy within you, causing you to feel overwhelmed by the intense forces at play. These shifts push you to release old patterns, beliefs, and attachments, but the process of surrendering to these cosmic waves can leave you feeling depleted and in need of deep rest. You may find yourself struggling to ground your energy during these times, as your body and soul are responding to the higher frequencies that accompany cosmic events. This type of fatigue often leaves you feeling like you need to retreat from the world in order to process these realizations. The sheer weight of universal awareness can be too much to handle all at once. You may find yourself longing for solitude, needing time to integrate the energy shifts, reflect on your place in the universe, and recenter yourself. Cosmic fatigue is not a sign of weakness but an invitation to honor the process of spiritual awakening and growth. It is a reminder that as you expand your consciousness and align more closely with the universal energies, it is essential to rest and replenish your spirit. Embrace the quiet moments, take time to ground yourself, and trust that this fatigue is part of the profound journey of becoming more deeply connected to the vast universe around you. 5. Relational fatigue. Relational fatigue is a form of exhaustion that arises from the shifting dynamics in your relationships as you undergo spiritual awakening. As you evolve on your journey, you begin to see the world, and the people in it, through a different lens. Your consciousness expands, and with it, your awareness of who you truly are. However, this transformation often leads to changes in how you relate to others, which can be both enlightening and deeply tiring. People who once supported and understood you may no longer resonate with your new energy or frequency. This dissonance can cause tension, confusion, and sometimes even feelings of isolation, as you struggle to maintain connections with those who are no longer aligned with your path. The fatigue that comes with these shifts is not just about the physical or emotional toll of these changes. It is deeply rooted in the process of redefining your boundaries and rethinking the relationships that no longer serve you. As you awaken, you may find yourself releasing toxic relationships or letting go of old patterns that once defined your social circle. This can be a painful process, as it often involves recognizing that some people, even if they once played a vital role in your life, are no longer aligned with your highest self. The act of letting go of these relationships can bring a sense of relief but also a deep sense of loss, leading to emotional exhaustion. Even with the people who are closest to you, family, friends, or loved ones, there can be a strain as you try to explain or share your awakening experiences. Spiritual growth often leads to shifts in values, beliefs, and perspectives, and when these changes are not understood by those around you, it can create a sense of distance. You may find yourself trying to articulate the depths of your transformation, only to feel misunderstood or dismissed. This disconnect can be emotionally draining, as you crave the support and understanding of others but struggle to find common ground. It is in these moments that relational fatigue becomes most apparent, as you feel the weight of trying to bridge the gap between your new self and those who are still in the old paradigm. Relational fatigue is a natural part of the process of transforming your inner world while adjusting to how those around you perceive and interact with you. It can feel like you are walking a lonely path, as you navigate the delicate balance between honoring your own growth and maintaining relationships with others. However, this phase is temporary. As you continue to evolve, you will inevitably find others who resonate with your energy, your journey, and your truth. Until then, it is important to give yourself grace, to rest when needed, and to trust that the relationships that are meant for you will emerge in alignment with your evolving energy. And there you have it, the 5 types of fatigue that might just be the signs of your spiritual awakening. If any of this resonated with you, take a moment to reflect on how these types of fatigue are showing up in your life. Remember, you're not alone in this journey, and this exhaustion is not a setback. It's part of your growth, your evolution, and your transformation. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Comment below and let me know which type of fatigue you've been experiencing lately. Have you felt emotionally drained or energetically wiped out? Or maybe you're navigating that existential void? Share your experiences. I'm here to support you every step of the way. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more insights like this. Keep going, keep evolving, and trust the process. Until next time, take care and honor your journey.